My name is Jonas Lang. I'm the CEO of Canter Resources. We are a North American critical metals exploration company. As Chen said, we're currently focused on lithium and boron mineralization at our flagship Columbus project. Forward-looking statements, please do your own due diligence. Our mission's pretty clear. As Chen highlighted in his talk, we see the tech innovations and clean energy transition requiring a lot more raw materials, particularly domestically in Canada and the US, and we're striving to be at the forefront of that transition. Our project has lithium and boron mineralization. I think most of the room is probably more familiar with lithium. Boron is a really interesting commodity as well, which I'll touch on. I think as a contrarian view, lithium, certainly with the cyclical wobble, provides a really interesting entry point. And boron as a speculator, it's one of those commodities I think that has a chance to move from the back pages of the newspaper to the cover relatively shortly. So just quickly on the boron market. If you do know boron, you probably know it as borax, a detergent to clean your clothes. It's come a long way since the 1800s. It's used in fiberglass, ceramics, it's used in cleaning supplies, agriculture to increase crop yields. It's used in pharmaceuticals, etc. It's a $2 billion market today, growing steadily at over 4%. What intrigues me is the supply dynamics. You have Rio Tinto and a state-owned Turkey outfit, Etimaden, controlling about 80% of the world's supply. Boron deposits are rare globally, more rare than rare earths, in fact, in terms of significant concentrations. And what has me compelled is the emerging applications for boron. It's used in military, Department of Defense, tanks, body armor, helicopters. There's more boron in an electric vehicle than lithium. It's used in aerospace. It's used in semiconductors. So again, I think you'll see boron on the 2025 critical metals list next year. So something to watch that I wanted to highlight. In terms of an analog close by, Chen mentioned Ioneer. They're 17 miles from us. That's a lithium and boron deposit. The average boron grades there are over 6,000 ppm. That's a sediment clay deposit. We are targeting a brine. At Columbus, our project, 30,000 acres, the same source volcanic rocks as Ioneer. We do have values up to 30,000 ppm boron in the sediments and over 1,000 milligrams per liter in the brines. Lithium values at our project have reached 1,600 ppm in clays, and we're underway, as Chen said, with our first drill program with results out later this month or early June. And again, that neighbor is a 300 million US market cap. Canter today is about 10 to 12 million Canadian. So quick summary. I'm not going to go through all the bios of the team. Do please come by the booth. A lot of the same management board from American Pacific is behind this deal. Michael Gentili is also a 4% shareholder. We hired the same technical team that has worked with the property vendor of this project for the last 5 years. That vendor is significant. Her family, the Craig family, are known as kind of the pioneers of lithium in the United States. Some of the lithium projects they've staked have gone on to support over 1 billion US in market caps. And this was kind of the last project in their portfolio that we've acquired. Water is absolutely critical for these projects. We secured water rights shortly after acquiring this project, so have the water we need to explore and develop. And in Nevada, the Department of Energy has already allocated more than $1 billion to critical metals projects in the last 18 months alone. Beyond Columbus, our geologists do have a proprietary database we have exclusive access to, so we'll be looking for additional assets to grow the portfolio further. So where are we? This is a map showing some of the other players in the area. The red star there is Tonopah. That's about an hour to the east of us. American Lithium, American Battery, Ioneer, those are all projects the vendor that we got Columbus from staked or discovered as well. Albemarle's Silver Peak mine is the only lithium producing asset in the United States. That's also a brine. That's 28 miles from us. And again, as Chen mentioned, this is a unique basin. It's hydrologically and structurally closed. All that means is that the minerals that have been leaching from these volcanics over the past 20 million years have had nowhere to escape. That basin has acted like a sponge. So this is just a slice from the 3D model showing the MT data. At a high level, anything less than 1 ohm meter with this data is indicative of brine. You can see the colors here in red and orange, less than 0.3 ohm meters in the heart of our target area. Very compelling. This is a 5 by 2.5 kilometer target, very substantial. Our first pass drilling is targeting the upper layer where you see that highly conductive material. Happy to report that we have identified an aquifer across 2 kilometers with that drilling in the top 100 feet to date. And that drill program should finish up here in the next week with results out later this month or early June. This is just a plan view highlighting the geoprobe drilling. You can see the green dots there in the center of the property. That's the completed geoprobe locations to date. We're now over on the western side of the property. You can see that red shape in the center part of the property. That corresponds to the previous 3D model figure I showed. So again, it was open-ended out to the west. We sent our geos out immediately to stake and expand the limited ground that was available, and have now subsequently expanded our geoprobe program. I was just at site a couple weeks ago. These are just a couple photos. We do have a kind of a virtual site visit video that we shot. That's our hydrogeologist on your left-hand side there, treating a brine sample from about 50 feet down hole with nitric acid. On the right side, you can see the green clay sediments and the geoprobe drill rig in the background. Just to round up, we've got 50 million shares. As of last reported, just shy of 4 million in cash. I mentioned Michael Gentili. The insider group owns just shy of 10%. If you factor in the partner group and advisors such as Michael, that number climbs to about 20% of the equity. We've got Adrian Day, Palos, some other institutions in there for now. But again, this is relatively a new story. This just was launched in November, and we've been busy building it from there. Again, so those milestones: acquired the project, Q4, water rights, raised money, OTC listings. We put our team in place, geos, board members, and advisors. We did all of our permitting in Q1, secured our contractors. We're about completed on the drill program, so I think timely to be here today presenting. We've kind of built the foundation, and now it's just a matter of drilling out this compelling target. So I'll wrap up there with the high takeaways. We're striving to become a prominent player in the critical metal space in the western U.S. We have what we believe is a very unique and large brine target in Nevada, close to other significant deposits. Lithium certainly was the focus at the beginning, and boron was compelling to us because it's usually a good indicator of lithium deposit formation. However, we see boron becoming a commodity of significant interest in the near term, and believe we could have a significant deposit there. I failed to mention that Columbus was once a thriving town back in 1871 with 1,000 people. There was a local post office and a borax newspaper based on 4 companies producing boron from this playa. In addition to that, we talked about the technical team, executive group, a lot of experience. Can come by the booth and grab a presentation or have a discussion with us. And like I said, phase 1 drilling's underway and results out soon. I'll leave it there. Thank you.